I am Bhanuprakash Reddy, heading the Biochemistry Department. In the department, basically we focus on understanding the impact of diet and nutrient on chronic diseases. When I say nutrients, mostly we focus on micronutrients because these days we talk of micronutrient deficiencies, whether it's B12 deficiency, vitamin deficiency, or other B vitamin deficiencies, how they are connected to these diseases, and there we try to understand that kind of molecular basis. We create micronutrient deficiencies. We also create those deficiency situations in the lab or in animal models, and we give the supplementation of these nutrients which we think are deficient, that is causing the disease, and try to see whether they overcome the process so that we can come up with appropriate nutritional supplementation by either micronutrient supplementation or otherwise also. Similarly, we also try to understand how maternal nutrition, when I say maternal nutrition, malnutrition in the sense of deficiency, how it affects the offspring, their growth, their disease process. And another area, we try to understand the bioactives from functional foods, how they will be useful for the non-communicable diseases such as diabetes complications or obesity complications. So by screening a lot of these functional foods, we did identify some bioactives, and we have made a functional food cocktail which we think will be useful for obesity, diabetes and its complications. In the same way, we can also extrapolate this to other ethnic foods, whether it's in Jammu Kashmir or Northeast, that we can study their potential for containing or combating these diseases. These are the things, etc. But that particular molecule we reported for the first time. Similarly, this procyanidin with respect to a particular function related to diabetic complications.
You'll probably show I have
Okay. Yes. Yeah, and like that we did lot of functional foods. We have selected 5 of them, like amla, pepper, ginger, and cinnamon, turmeric. Now we have made a functional food cocktail. We are working that for its utility for the prevention of diabetic complications.
Will it be available in the markets?
At this point of time, it is under testing. Animal studies are over, but human study.
In any case, some people can take it.
These are all natural things we can do. And we are doing something on a controlled fermentation of wheat. This can be done any other thing. And by this kind of fermentation, one of the postdocs in the lab developed some products, fermented products. Next one, please. He has developed fermented wheat bran, fermented wheat drink, and fermented wheat milk, which has got all the nutritional properties. Now this is a too basic work that I don't want to bother you. We also try to understand how the mechanism of this disease process occurs, because we are basically a biochemistry department. Particularly micronutrient. Which micronutrient and which time period? Because gestation period is about all the way to 34, 36 weeks. We are trying to follow the trajectory from the time of conception, where the nutrition is going wrong and how much it is contributing to gestational diabetes. That is, the study right now is going on. We don't have anything. And as I still, one area here interest is identifying the bioactives. Go to the previous one. Yeah, bioactives from different functional foods. Though this amla, or in different areas it is called by different names, scientifically it is called eblica. People talk about vitamin C or many other things. But the first time we identified a molecule called glucogalin from this one, and which we think is useful for diabetic complications. Next one, like this from the cinnamon, we identified a molecule which is again will be useful for diabetic complications. Like that, I only showed 2 examples. Like that, we have done so many screens, and then we narrowed down to 5 of these or 6 of them.
Already this being done.
No, the glucogalin thing is the first time we are reporting from. We identify and provide proof of concept for some of the bioactives. That's what I was telling. Maybe this will be very useful to Jammu Kashmir, because you may have some ethnic foods there. We can exploit those ethnic foods for their potential to prevent many of these chronic diseases. So these are some specific areas in the department. Mostly we focus on age-related diseases and geriatric nutrition. We try to understand their nutritional status. How is it related to their neurological disorders or any other age-related like frailty. Some of those things, and then we also try to come up with some intervention programs. As I said, one area in the department is identifying the bioactives from functional foods. Right now, whatever the functional foods we get in this area, we explore, but we can always not try to explore from other areas. And the last part is an important area for us, because here we try to develop animal models, because anytime we want to understand the disease process, you cannot experiment on human beings. So as I was telling, if you have to create diabetes, or if you have to create a micronutrient deficiency, alkaline B12 deficiency, or if you have to create any other deficiency that you find in the population, and see how it affects the health. So here we create that kind of animal models. As I said, we help those people on our own. We conduct the surveys and see that, here we try to estimate the micronutrient levels in the blood and see how much of the prevalence. For example, one study that we did in 2018 or 19, we find a lot of deficiencies of B vitamins, particularly B2, B6, and anyway B2 we are talking. But that about B2 and B6 are also a lot of deficiencies there, and it will lead to some of these vascular diseases. That's what we are trying. And then, as I said, in one case we found B12 deficiency in a diabetic retinopathy people. We do not know whether it is simple association or so whether it's a real association or it has got something to do with that. So what we did, we have created this situation in animals where we created diabetes, we created B12 deficiency, we created a combination of both, and then we see how it affects the retina. That's the kind of studies that we do. Yeah, particularly go back to see, when you have both diabetes clubbed with B12 deficiency, diabetes is known to predispose or is a risk for diabetic retinopathy. But when it is added with B12 deficiency, it has got a added effect. So that's what in fact we proved when we supplemented B12 to those diabetic rats, they are spared from developing these retinal lesions. And right now, my colleague Dr. Srinivas is working on gestational diabetes, where he is trying
sprinter. His body physics